cat mode, cat mode. My whole life is all the cat mode. Automate my flow, automate my flow. Marty and Chris streaming every single day I fall. Cat mode, cat mode. My whole life is baby cat mode. That's why I'm an old tech pro. Cat mode, cat mode. Automate my flow. Bob to Cusino, yeah, Bob to Cusino. Cat mode. Automate that shit. I said, automate that shit. Automate that shit. I said,
automate that shit. This is my new favorite song.
Don't call me ink, call me baby. Cat mode. Cat mode. Automate that shit. It's my cat mode flow. Ink Mike baby. Cat mode. Bob to Cruci. Shout out to Collins. And the cat okay. Mike Williams Inc. Cat mode. Philosophically, my whole life is automated. What I'm gonna do with all this traffic money? That's right. I just said, capo, automate that shit. Capo, automate like OT. Mike Williams ain't capo, all you got like capo.
Hello, everyone. How are you all doing today? I hope that you're all doing well. I've already done this stream, or at least started it, and then we were having some audio issues, so I hope that they are fixed. I did my best. Either way, we are going to be rather quick here. So, for those of you that maybe missed it in the last stream, today at 7 p.m. Eastern, we are going to be doing a premiere on my channel in which we have gotten together a bunch of people's favorite clips. I asked in the Discord, I asked my members, what are some of your favorite moments from 2024 with Onpassive? So I have compiled those along with some of my favorite moments. And we are doing an Onpassive year in review as well. So some of their biggest moments. And that will be at 7 p.m. Eastern. It's a premiere, so I can hang out with all of you and celebrate New Year's in the chat. So I hope that you can all make it to that. But today there has finally been some news that has hit the public. I'm very excited about this. I'm very excited to be able to talk about this. I've known some information myself that I am not releasing. And due to that, I always get very, very excited when the Recovering Hunbot does this. This is her show. She found Onpassive before I did, so I let her take the reins a little bit. We are not in competition with each other. This isn't who can spill the hot tea before the other one sort of thing. I wish people in the YouTube streets would do things more like this, actually collaborate, respect each other out here. But you can't get it with everyone. So I'm very, very grateful that I found somebody on the platform that is a really good person to do this work with. And I have been friends with Alonda since 2019, and I'm excited. So I have left the link, and actually I should probably put it in the chat again. The link is in the description, and I highly recommend that you pay attention to what is going on this webpage. I am very, very excited. So, the Recovering Hunbot exclusive. Ashraf, Mufareh, shutting down Onpassive in early 2025. We have watched them say goodbye to Mohammed Nizal, Dr. Susan. They keep calling her doctor. It's Professor Susan. And we watched Mohammed Kamal make a statement that he is no longer attached to Onpassive. And you have all been wondering what the hell that is about. I have kind of told you all that I'm a little bit scared that this was going to happen because I'm not sure how I feel about it. So let's read through this. It says, escapes United States jurisdiction to prevent SEC civil fraud relapse. Key takeaways. Embattled Onpassive founder and CEO Ashraf Mufareh is retiring the Onpassive company name and previous offerings. So all of those illegal income claims that Marty's been randomly coming up with, maybe they won't mean shit now. A new company with the same offerings will be launched in early 2025, which is funny because Onpassive comes from Ashmax, and it was a relaunch of the Ashmax mixed with the GDI Fusion. So it's kind of funny that now they're, and it was Go Founders, not Onpassive. So they've switched from that to Go Founders to Onpassive, and now they are going to switch it again. So the new company, Onfusion, will be based outside of the United States in a country that rarely pursues prosecution of businesses and owners. Serious legal issues surround the new company even before its launch. So, I mean, that's not great news. And it does scam it, as always. Hello, Mr. Level. I hope you're doing well. Hi, Jelly. Happy New Year. In it to win it. Hello, Nani. And Sam says, what's everyone drinking tonight? Sam Aim. Hey, interesting news. So Chris and Marty have been taking substantial sums from Ash. They are on the lowest of low life. It also says that if they're on pay, then they could be held accountable for this just as much as he can. Drinking coffee to stay up. Yeah, that's my life. That's my life. You forgot you changed it. Yep, you're Sam Abe now. In early 2025, Onpassive, a self-described artificial intelligence informational technology company, will cease operations. Concurrently, Ashraf Mufareh will be launching a nearly identical company trading under the name Onfusion. Following internal struggles at Onpassive with other executives and staff, Ash has taken back control since late June of 2024. Why do I think that they wanted him to follow the law and he didn't really want to, and that was part of the problem? Well, Onpassive Leadership Council members have known about this upcoming change for some time. They have continued to host their daily live webinars for other Onpassive founders, during which they have failed to disclose the changes coming their way. So Chris and Marty know about these changes, but for some reason, they're still telling founders to make Onpassive videos, to make videos describing how happy they are to be in Onpassive, specifically for Onpassive, and send it into them. All just wasting everyone's time. All of the marketing that anyone in Onpassive has done for the last 6 years under the Onpassive name, now not 1 second of it matters. All the work that every founder has put in to Onpassive no longer matters. And as someone that's changed their YouTube name and tried to rebrand themselves and had trouble with that, I could assure you it's going to be a lot harder to do that with your whole business. You already know that, though. This includes Marty, or Don DeGarmo, and Chris Johnson, both of which have been paid $8,000 US monthly, so $96,000 annually, to be Ash's mouthpiece, at least up until June of 2024. We have the receipt, so feel free to deny and lie, Marty and Chris. I look forward to your New Year's Day webinar in which you will be cursing us out and telling people not to listen to us and that we have no clue what's going on. And then all of a sudden you're going to have to turn around and announce we were right. Just like with the merchant and several of your marketing campaigns, right? But I mean, whatever. Onfusion will be based in Pakistan, which is Ash's home country, with a team there in other locations, not former Onpassive offices. And this is why the Onpassive offices slowly shutting down over the last year has not mattered. This is why it has not mattered. They were making $8,000 a month up until, we have proof of up until June. After that, I am not sure. But yep. Yep. Like Marty's new promo that he's so proud of. Yeah, that doesn't matter anymore. It's like, why are you making promos for a company that you literally know is about to rebrand? Like, it's just ridiculous. And that's part of the reason why I was kind of like, do I even react to a lot of these things anymore? Because, like, what, like, you know, it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. They're going to rebrand in the new year. And I even told you guys, I mean, he's going to do it. It's about the only way that he could run any company right now is by doing what he's doing. And I have stated that. I've told you guys, like, there's no way he'll be able to get this thing up and running under the Onpassive name with all the issues they've already had legally and the SEC litigation, that this kind of was his best bet. But to do this illegally, to do this without the public in mind, to do this without consumer protection in mind. And we know that they all hate consumer advocates who speak out on behalf of the consumers to ensure that people are not ripped off, to ensure that when you're made a promise in a business, that's kept, to be sure that if you sign an agreement, that contract isn't broken, to be sure that if you're promised commissions and products to sell, they're actually given to you. That's why they didn't like us before, was because we said you have to provide what you made promises to provide people. And they don't like that. So let's go to a place where they don't even regulate businesses. You know? This will allow them to remain outside the jurisdiction of the United States, where Ash, his wife, and Onpassive are facing a lawsuit for operating a fraudulent multi-level marketing scheme and the sale of unregistered securities. In other words, this will help them break the law. And you should be weary of any person that wants to do business in a way that he's putting himself first. He doesn't give a fuck about humanity. He doesn't care about consumers. He just wants to know how he can make the most money while fucking over everyone underneath him. And then he wants to ensure that when he fucks over everyone underneath them, they have nowhere to go. They have no agency to complain to. Right now, with Onpassive being in the US, the SEC is actually protecting all of you. They're saying this man took your money, did not give you what was promised, and we want him to either do what was promised or pay the money back. And he's convinced these oath founders to fight against their protection, to advocate that they don't want regulation. They don't want laws when it comes to business. That's all corrupt. And we see that a lot in the cryptocurrency area as well. This idea of there shouldn't be protections in place for the public, for consumers. We shouldn't have regulations for these things. And I'm always kind of over here going, do you know why there's those protections? It's not for the companies. It's not for the businesses. It's for you. It's for you at home making $30,000 a year trying to buy products off billionaires. It's to make sure you're protected. It's to make sure you get what you paid for, to make sure they can't make broken promises to you. And if they do, then they don't get away with it. And they end up sued by an organization like the SEC the FDA, the FTC, etc. These things are important. Donald Trump, these things are important. And it's billionaires hate them. We don't want regulations. We don't want laws. We want to be able to do money laundering, and no one should care if we rip off the little guy. That's their whole mentality. And it's crazy to me when your everyday person falls into that way of thinking as well. So all the people in Onpassive now look at these agencies like they're the bad guys when they're the ones that are protecting them. Right? It's just like these campaigns that try to get Black people to hate the police. Yes, there's police brutality and blah, 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 but maybe we shouldn't be against the people that are supposed to protect and serve. We should just hold them to a higher standard, because that also gets people killed, you know? You know? Like you go too far with things. So you do need these regulations in place. You do want organizations out here. You do not want Project 2025 to start up. All right? These things are very important. Otherwise, this can continue on. And when this happens and they move to Pakistan, he can just continually steal your money and just lead you on year after year after year. And there's nothing you'll be able to do. And then what? As Ash is currently legally unable to leave the US, he will continue operating the company remotely from his Florida house, condominium, and rented co-working space. Depending upon the outcome of the current court case against him and his wife brought by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, he may be legally barred from operating Onfusion in the future, regardless of where the company is based. They'll still be able to go after him. So it's fun to play pretend and try to run away from it, but I don't think you'll get very far. This sounds more crazy than just running away with the money, right? You know? I just know flounders will see this as a positive, right? Instead of the actual negative thing it is for them and this whole business. So Onfusion will be launching with the OES, because it's Onfusion, so they can still make everything O, right? But they're going to be known as the Onfusion ecosystem now, right? Instead of the Onpassive ecosystem, OES will be Onfusion ecosystem. And a modified version of O Connect, which makes me believe even more so that he was unable to retrieve the data for all of his products. Just saying. The previous founders and affiliates that were enrolled with Onpassive will be transitioned to Onfusion, including their downline. Sorry, team. You know, their team. While there is approximately $40 million in outstanding commissions owed to Onpassive founders and affiliates, the commissions owed will be reset to $0 for all the accounts. You see how he's fucking over the very people that he claimed he was doing this for? He owes $40 million in commissions to the O founders. But if he does this, he's going to wipe the slate clean. And it doesn't matter anyway, because Marty and Chris have spent the last 2 years convincing them all that any commissions that they think is owed to them have been more than paid. Because they got the use of O Connect for 8 months. They couldn't sell it. They just got to use it. And most of the people, by the way, who were using it, they weren't up on the screen with like Ash and the O founders and the main thing. It doesn't work where there's 10,000 people all on one screen. They always lied about that. The screen only holds so many people, and then it's like there's pages of screens upon pages. So it wasn't even what they were promised. But now everything's back to zero. You know? 40 million, yep, just poof, gone. Imagine if I owed my community $40 million And I was just like, yeah, no, sorry, guys. Your accounts are all going back to zero now. The internet would be on fire. I'd be canceled on everything. Suit Yourself would return to YouTube. It's like I have never seen like somebody mess over so many people and like have the internet just be like, do. Like it's just like me and the recovering Hunbot over here. It's so crazy to me. It's crazy. And the fact that the higher ups ratted to them, glorious. Yeah, Ash has people on his team that don't want him to get away with this. Let's say that. Because they know it's wrong. They feel like something is wrong here. So they're doing what they can to try to help. And I'm sure you're thinking, well, why don't they just leave? Why don't they just do this? Maybe they think that they can lessen some of the harm done if they stay. You know, just think about that. As should the founders will simply blame them for the corruption and hounding Onpassive out of business. It truly is a cult. Yeah, and that's what I mean. It's a cult in such a way that they've been convinced that these agencies that are here to protect them, that are fighting for them, are the bad guy. So when Ash says, oh, well, we're going to move to Pakistan and then we can't be regulated and the SEC can't come after us and blah, 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 they're going to go, oh my God, that's amazing. Without realizing that means that now he'll really be able to take their money and not give them anything and lead them on, you know? If only there were people who saw this coming and warned them about it. Right? I suspect there was never $1 million in products sold. I don't think that there would have been. Like, it just, that doesn't make much sense, but according to the number of people that bought the O Connect, you know, we love our inside informers. We do. We do. So the rumors about Onpassive shutting down by Christmas was kind of true. Yeah. Yeah. They were not rumors. They were not rumors. They were just things that could not be confirmed publicly. Ash and Onfusion have no legal duty to pay out these commissions as they were earned under the previous Onpassive affiliate agreement entered with Onpassive Technologies LLC, a Dubai-based corporate owned 100% by Mohammed Kamal. And Mohammed Kamal also owns O Media. It was he and Dr. Susan, Professor Susan, that did O Media. And you guys heard him say, I am no longer attached to Ash Mufareh. You know? And he has lawsuits against him. So he fled the UAE for Egypt, along with much of the funds that were owed to founders and affiliates. So when Ash is up there and he's going, oh, we worked with a really bad guy and he stole a bunch of money from us and blah, 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 he might be speaking about Mohammed Kamal. The issue, though, is that it's not really stolen money from Ash. It's like he owned half the company. So it's kind of as if he took his salary and what was owed to like maybe his people kind of thing. And then was like, now fuck you guys. Like you made the rest of the mess, you clean it up. It looks like some of that might have been happening, you know? As Mohammed Kamal has since fled the UAE for Egypt, along with much of the funds owed to founders and affiliates, the chances of Onpassive Technologies, LLC, ever paying is virtually zero. This is how lots of scams get away with it, too. They just rebrand and advantages, like with Body. Right. Right. Oh, I'm not attached to that Beachbody company anymore. We're actually Body. Mm-hmm. So it's no longer Onpassive. So when you're coming in here and saying I'm loving Onpassive, there is no Onpassive. That's what we're talking about here today. You are now in the company Onfusion. I know that we're the ones that are breaking this to you before Ash and Marty and Chris are. I mean, shame on us for actually knowing what's going on. But that's what's happening right now. There is no more Onpassive. And it's going to get to the point where if you go into their chats in future saying, I'm in it to win it, I love Onpassive, Tanya is going to come after you. So get Onpassive out of your head as quick as you can. Because she'll be out here going, put Onfusion in capital letters. You know? So there's that. The new O-Connect offered under the Onfusion brand is based on the prior Onpassive O-Connect code base. Code base. Just the base. Like I said, they have the skeleton. They have the code skeleton. And it will be offered at a lower price with fewer features. And it's fine now that they don't actually give you everything that they promise, because that was Onpassive, Ash Mufareh, and we're now 2025 is all about Onfusion. Onpassive is just so 2024. We don't do that anymore. You know? So now tonight has now not only turned into an Onpassive review, it's kind of like an Onpassive goodbye. An Onpassive goodbye as well. Under Onpassive, O-Connect was priced at US $125 monthly for a capacity of 10,000 attendees, which is why I never understood why Marty keeps doing math at $100, because I'm like, okay, well, the only product you actually did have was $125 a month. So why are we doing this, Marty? Hello, my dear. I was just sharing the news with everyone in case there's people that are over here that aren't over there, right? But like, this just makes me laugh so much. I honestly think it's easy math. I honestly am like, did he not know how to divide 125 by 25? That one was too hard for him. So he's just doing 100, you know? Because like, if he actually was basing it on the prices of the products and what they knew about Onpassive at the time, I personally, if I were him, I would have done $125 is the price of the product. And then 25% commission as they were told or whatever, right? So there's that. There's that. I am so looking forward to them trying to cover this up. It'll be so much fun. The lives are going to be crazy for 2025. I told you it was not over, really. That it probably wouldn't be for a very long time. So it was priced at $125 monthly for 10,000 attendees. Under Onfusion, this kind of makes me laugh. Like, but why is it cheaper? Because it has less features. Okay. O-Connect will be offered at $75 monthly for a significantly reduced capacity of 500. Oh, Lord. Whew. That makes me laugh so much. I don't know why. 500. We went from 10,000 attendees to 500 attendees. And it's like, how are you now going to promote this? You've spent the last 6 years with the 10,000 attendees was the selling point. Guys, it'll be great. You can have 10,000 attendees and they can all be on the screen sharing at the same time. That was the selling point of this. And now they're going to have to explain to everyone that it's only going to be 500 attendees. Like, how do you do that to the public? It's embarrassing. I get secondhand embarrassment just thinking about how they're going to do that, you know? The new O Connect will have 95% reduced capacity while seeing a price reduction of only 40%. Not about making money. Only corrupt businesses do that. Come on, those idiots are struggling to do 25% of 100. There's no way the numbers guys over there can do 25% of 125. I know. I was like, that has to be the only reason why he's going with these numbers, because you can do easy math in comparison, right? So I guess Marty needs to race and redo all of his income videos per country, right? That's why I was like, why are you even doing these? We don't know anything yet. And when we do, what if you're wrong? None of this matters. It just doesn't matter. Sheesh, right? Onfusion, where ears will drop. Great ground floor opportunity. The rug pull is happening now. They don't get their commissions. No, they're not getting their commissions with the rebrand. Since they're rebranding, he's just going to be like, I don't owe those commissions. That was owed by Onpassive. And as myself and the recovering Hunbot has pointed out, which we were already worried about, the Onpassive that is in charge of the commissions is the one that Muhammad Kamal runs. It's not the one that Ash ran. So we were kind of like, I don't know how legally that would work anyway. Like, I'm still kind of trying to figure. Oh my God, Violet. It is confusion. It's confusion without the C. That's what it is. I feel like they're memeing us now. I'm like, are you making fun of us because we're always confused by you? They've literally just gone for it. We're just going to call ourselves Onfusion. Yeah, confusion, right? Right. Commissions will be framed as a sacrifice we all have to make sometimes, as they all do. Oh, man. Man. Mike Ellis will focus on the discounted price, $50 cheaper than the Onpassive product. That means that all 8 billion people in the world will now be able to afford it in all 15,000 countries. Right? It's going to be very interesting. It is. It is. Hopefully this gives you some hope for the fun we're going to have in the next year. But this is actually very telling, isn't it? Very telling of what Ash is actually here for. Right? If he was actually here to provide people with the product, save humanity, didn't care about money, why is this the way it is? 95% reduced capacity for sure. We're going from 10,000 to 500 people and a price reduction of 40%. Weird, eh? Like he couldn't even push it over 50. But we're here to save humanity, and the man's not about making a cent, right? He doesn't need to make any money. He wants them to all be millionaires. In addition, we have been informed that Ash will be going back to his original plan for Onpassive, under which the 3 and it's free will be instituted. You get 3 people who get 3 people who get 3 people. The 100% commission payout for the first customer Onpassive offered will be eliminated under the new Onfusion compensation plan, where founders and affiliates will receive $25 for each $75 subscription sold. Oh, God, they're going to say, oh, that's a great percentage. We have been told this is subject to change, but it's currently the scenario most likely at the time of Onfusion's launch. And we all know how much Ash Mufareh loves his scenarios. We have much more information to share with you over the next few days, so stay tuned and keep checking back here for the latest updates you won't hear directly from Ash, Onpassive, Red, Chris, Xavier, or Marty. good old Mr. Joffrey. Happy New Year to all from the recovering Hunbot to Mr. Mufareh. As I've been saying repeatedly, Mr. Man, trust nobody. There is unrest in your closest circle, and people keep speaking out due to frustration. Trust nobody. You would think that by now he would learn that this is why you should treat the people that you're working closely with respect and kindness. Just saying. To the law enforcement and regulatory agencies, if you would like access to the information we've already shared with the other agencies, please see the link at the bottom of this page to request access. So that's what's going on. That's what's going on. And Joe did this video. This is Marty after hearing the Onpassive news. Good job, Joe. Good job. So that is what is going on with Onpassive right now. Again, I will share the link in the chat. It's in the description as well. So you can go there and you can get information. It will be released in the coming of days. Confusion 2025, right? Right? You know? And like I kept saying, this is about the only way that he might be able to get a business going with everything that's going on with him right now. I don't think that he has any other options, as I've stated, because it's like, what are you going to do? The merchants aren't going to work with you. Not as long as you're Onpassive. So it was kind of like, Lord, I'm going to hate when this happens. Love this for him. I do. It will be very interesting to see how this news is taken by the Onpassive founders. It'll be interesting to see if maybe they try to get ahead of it and maybe try to do an announcement over the coming week or so to come out and be like, oh, we have a special announcement. We're going to be changing the company over to Onfusion. You know, to make it look like that was the plan all along, them announcing it. I'm not even sure if they're planning on telling people. See, the way that Ash has set this up, he can very much, and I've said this before in my educated speculations, that he could pretty much keep telling these people it's Onpassive. And until they question it, you know, they would believe him. And to them, they're going to be like, oh, this is better. It's cheaper, more affordable. Be able to sell it easier. Ash is doing it for us because he wants us to be successful. He loves us so much, and he's doing this to save humanity. So it'll be interesting to see. Let the spin begin. But no one knows who the real culprit is. So much confusion. It is. The real culprit is Ash Mufareh. The main problem with this company and why it will never launch is because of Ash. Because he's constantly looking for the way he can make the most money while giving people the least amount of stuff. And how he can use loopholes in the law to get away with it. And if you listen to him for long enough, he admits it. He used to come out here all the time and say, we're looking for legal loopholes. And in my experience, you should probably not want to be a part of anything that is looking for legal loopholes to do their business. You know? No, Chris and Marty have not given out this info. I am wondering when it's going to happen. And I look forward to when it does. Third time's a charm. Who wants to be in my team? So forward the Onpassive domain to Onfusion. Yeah, I'm wondering if they're going to just switch it up. Like just switch up, yeah, like a brand. And it will be like the exact same OES, although instead of saying Onpassive, it will say Onfusion. but nothing will really change about the actual OES. It will still look the same. It will still function the same. That's what I'm wondering about, you know? Yeah, I think it's because Ash is from there. So I'm wondering, too, if he and his family are thinking about going there as soon as the SEC case is kind of taken care of. And it would no longer be seen as a flea, you know? I will say the hits to the article have been interesting so far. Interesting geographically. And I do know that a lot of the people in India are looking for answers right now. They know that something is up and they are looking for answers. So hopefully this will provide them with some. I'm sure that they've all been wondering what's going on. But again, I don't want like Ash to be able to say that Muhammad Kamal like stole all of the money and run, because I'm not sure if that's really what happened there. You know, based on the leaked call with him and everything too, it sounded like he was trying to run somewhat of a company, and it just he can't do it. Can't do it with Ash under these conditions with these laws and loopholes and whatnot. So I kind of want to know what's going on with him too. You know, like what's he up to right now? Is he planning on continuing Onpassive in Egypt? What's going on with that? So hopefully we'll also be able to find out more information about that. Very important question. Will Onfusion be in all caps? I know. Tanya needs to know as soon as possible. She'll need to know. I mean, how else will she run her reign of terror in those groups? How else? She needs something to get mad about. You know? Honest Critic is going to rip a new asshole in Onfusion. No Diddy, no baby oil. I think that he has the right to. Honest Critic has been doing really well lately, and he's been reaching a lot of the Indian O founders that have had questions. Because here's the thing. You should be allowed to ask questions when you're in a business or in a work environment. Should be okay to ask questions, to learn more, to understand better, and etc. So if you're ever in a situation where you can't ask questions, huge red flag. Also interesting, there's been increased armed hostilities between Pakistan and Afghanistan with murmurs of an escalation into a bigger conflict, right? And I wonder what will happen with that and how that will affect everything if that happens in future. Indians and Pakistanis aren't exactly the best of buddies. I wonder what the Indian founders think. Well, hopefully this wakes them up. Honestly. Hopefully this wakes them up. Although Ash is Pakistani and has been this entire time. So, I mean, no offense, but if there's Indians out there that are like, oh, fucking Pakis, like, excuse me, but you joined this company knowing that the CEO is from Pakistan. So, like, what do you want me to say? Like they're kind of already here. So, I don't know if that'll make much of a difference. I don't know if it will, you know? And I kind of looking at them a little side-eyed, like, like, okay, but you should have always been that weary then. I mean, it's not like Ash has suddenly become Pakistani. He was born there. So, just saying, maybe that's why he's okay with ripping off so many Indians. So maybe we're looking at this from the wrong lens for a second. You know, maybe that's why he's like, yeah, I'll take from them. I don't know. Almost 40% or even more Indians are founders. Yep. There's a lot. So that's what's going on in 2 hours. It's 5 p.m. almost now, 10-2. In 2 hours, I'm going to be doing my Happy New Year premiere. So come and hang out with me. And I guess it's kind of a send-off to Onpassive as well tonight, isn't it? I think that's mostly a country level thing. I used to work out at my apartment gym with two dudes, one from India and one from Pakistan for a couple of years. They both came to the USA through Canada, and you guys probably all got along fine. And it was like, you know, that's true. Indians are looking for answers, and they should be. And I'm proud of them. If you have kept your critical thinking skills throughout all of this in any way, shape, or form, you should be proud of yourself. Maybe you're a little stronger. It's very easy to give them up when you get into a group setting like that, you know? When will we start the funeral for Onpassive? In 2 hours on my channel. I wonder if that is what it is. He said some racist things. Maybe. Could be. Could be. I don't try to understand racism. I just don't like it. I just get it away from me, you know? I don't need to understand why it's happening or where it comes from, why someone feels that way, or try to find any empathy with anyone who is racist. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. But that could be it. That could be it. So look forward to the new year. Again, Happy New Year, everyone. I am going to be doing that premiere in a couple hours. I cannot wait for you to join me over there. I love all of your faces. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me for this quick little live stream. And I will see you all in 2025. Have a good evening. Again, hopefully I see you in 2 hours first, though. All right, come to the premiere, damn it. Bye.
My name is Mufareh, and I'm your friend. My name is Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke. If that's a call. Hey.
And I'm your friend.
That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Mufareh. If you're rude, if you've been doubting or spying, or we know who you are.
Stop going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought on. Her debate was 3-minute Ash. And another Queen of Karma asking about why don't we answer the question about religion. I think we've answered that over and over again.
I've been answering them all more than one. It's not the answer you want, but
Yeah.
call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke.
Alright, this is a great way to start your day. Come here and tune in to Crazy Man talking about their experiences.
My name is Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
And I'm your friend.
Stop going there. That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own YouTube channel. It breaks my heart.
My name's Ashraf.
Stop going there. Yeah, Queen of Karma's down there.
My name's Ashraf, and I'm your friend.
Let's go to Kaya.